Hello and good evening. My name is John. We're here playing Adios. It's part of my Steam cleaning series. I got every game in the Steam library eventually, then arbitrarily rate and or review them after a wee bit of playtime. I don't quite know what game this is, but the game's out at random, so let's head in together and find out. Adios. Adios. It's fun to say. Alright, so we got a little bit of a cell-shaded appearance, at least on some of these edges here. Alright, tab, open journal. Tell him I'm done. Okay. I'm done. Oh, okay. So this is like the sequel to Gone Home. We're on the house now. The confession. No, run away.
I can't do this anymore.
Oh.
What? This. What?
Why am I so short?
No. All of this.
You mean the deal?
Afraid so.
What do you mean? You need better pay, different hours?
No, nothing like that. I'm just, done with this.
Okay.
Your arms are very long.
Yeah, sure.
Here you go. So, you done, huh?
Yep.
You do understand what that means, right?
Does it mean anything?
Does it have to mean anything?
It doesn't work like that. You know that.
I must be getting forgetful in my old age.
Nothing I can do to change your mind.
Welcome to try.
Yeah, you are welcome to try.
How do I throw... Oh.
Well, let's go get some coffee. Talk things over. Come on.
Oh, jump cut. Alright, so that meat was probably people's. Just eggs? Look how big that telephone is.
Smells delicious as always.
Sadie was the real cook.
Hey, don't sell yourself short. Not much that's better than your home-cooked eggs.
Hope you don't mind. I left out the bell peppers this time.
Can't stand them.
Sadie always liked peppers, though, so I put up with them.
Not to change the subject, but how long we been doing this for, you think?
15 years, just about.
Summer of 78. Why'd we meet? What was it?
Bill was sick.
Bill was sick.
And you couldn't afford a doctor.
No, we could not.
So you needed my help.
Eat your eggs.
Gods.
Well, here's what I remember. I had a problem that night, and Jimmy was trying to help me solve that problem when who should come in through that door but you?
Thought Jimmy could help.
Jimmy was always bragging about connections back home. I thought he could help.
Jimmy knew we could help each other, so he called up Tony. We agreed.
Yeah, journal.
Deal. We all agreed. Ugh. Anyone ever tell you you're no good at making coffee?
Sadie did.
Sadie did. All the time.
Thought you'd have got it better by now.
Well, Sadie made the coffee. I made the bacon.
It's good bacon. When I was a kid, I thought pigs were all pink with curly tails.
Yorkshires are. Mine are red wattle. American breed. Not a lot of them out there,
That's so.
Mm-hmm. Always thought it'd be nice, to raise pigs that was different.
Can I get captions? Captions? Oh wait, audio captions. Subtitles show. Okay.
I had some Yorkies way back. Must have been, I don't know, before the service.
It's a good game for petting a cat.
A long time ago.
Yeah, I'm an old man.
You and me both. So why the Waddles? Funny name.
Like I said, American breed. Nearly went extinct. Thought I'd do my part to keep them alive. And that tastes good.
You aren't wrong. The other day, I was reading the paper.
Look at you, an intellectual.
Yeah, maybe.
Excuse me.
Maybe. Anyways, I read that pigs were as smart as us. You believe that?
Not particularly.
Not particularly.
Yeah, cows, I get. Cows are dumb. They're afraid of those, those metal bars in the ground.
Cattle grid.
Cattle grids, huh?
Yep.
Well, my point is, cows are dumb. Pigs, I read, are smart.
And you read that in the paper.
I did.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think the pigs know
Know what?
that they're food?
Oh, pigs don't think like that.
How do you know?
'Cause I know pigs. Pigs ain't like us. Well, sure, they're smart. They eat, they sleep, but they do not plan. They don't think about the future.
And I suppose you do?
Every man does.
I think I'm just about finished up here.
You haven't touched your eggs.
What do you say I accompany you today?
Seriously?
What, help out with the farm chores? Shovel manure, milk goats, stuff like that?
Sure. Always wanted to know how to milk goats.
As long as you're okay with shoveling manure first. What about your sidekick?
Protege. When I retire, he'll be the man you'll be dealing with. Good guy. Smart. Discreet. Ambitious.
Like you, I guess. But, listen. I told you already. I'm quitting.
I'm quitting.
We'll see.
Whoosh. I think the crosshair does this conversation stuff a disservice. Oh, I got things to do. Move the manure. Oh, look at those little goaties. Is that what goaties stand for? The goat.
You know, back home they call you the pig farmer.
That description is apt.
And yet, you also have goats.
I do also have goats. And a horse. And I had a dog. Tried cows once. Bill raised a newt or something, but it died.
Well, most people have, I don't know, chickens and cows. You got goats.
Is that judgment I hear?
No judgment, no. Just wondering, why goats?
Goat milk.
There can't be much profit in that.
There's enough. Besides, I had you.
Have. You still have.
As I've said, I'm no longer interested in that particular revenue stream.
We're the ones who sever ties. And you don't want us severing ties.
I believe I made myself clear.
You know, I feel like we've had this conversation a couple of times now, and you still don't seem to get that I'm done with this line is just going to look really silly at the end of the day.
You were asking me about goats.
Yeah, goats.
Goats.
I like them. They like to play. They'll eat just about anything. The milk's an acquired taste, but I've always liked the cheese. Meat's good with the right curry. A friend taught me that a while back.
So, you like them for the utility?
I like them because they're playful. Want to get started?
Started?
Milking.
Oh, hey, really? I always wanted to try that.
Well, here's your chance. My goats are smart. They know what's up, so they'll just walk up. Here they are. Come
Not
on.
the best goat model.
Now they'll just take their positions here like they should. Got feed all ready for them. Just you take a seat there.
Not very comfortable.
Suppose not. Yeah. Now that we're seated, all you got to do is grab the teat with your thumb and
Wait.
forefinger.
Clean the buckets. Disinfect the buckets.
No, don't pull. Just sort of rhythmically squeeze with the rest of your fingers. Gently pushing the milk out.
Okay, he's doing it.
Just like that, yes. All you got to do is do that till the goat's out of milk.
This is kind of nice.
I found it relaxing.
Well, I think I could get used to this.
Why don't you?
Say what?
Why not get used to this?
What, and come work with you?
Sure.
Yeah, some folks might take issue with that.
Well, can't make everybody happy. Better than ending up shot.
Shoot him?
Hey!
Oh, gun down. Life over
What?
just like that.
I usually get to shoot back.
Well, we all wind up dead in the end, don't we?
I'd rather live as long as possible.
What good is that?
Living?
What good is living if you ain't happy?
Who says I'm not happy?
I'm not.
You could be.
I don't think I could.
Did I milk it all? Oh, I guess I did.
That does it for the goats.
Still, thinking about what I've
We should get
saying?
this.
I haven't stopped.
Changed your mind?
No. No, I have not.
Should we? Oh, you're standing in the milk. Wait, you got nothing in there, bud. You did a terrible job. Okay. I mean, in general, I like the storytelling element of this. The shovel.
What's the wheelbarrow for?
Hauling.
Hauling what?
Manure.
Ah, and what are we supposed to do with this crap?
We are going to fertilize. Well, not now, it's October, but we're going to put it in a nice big pile where it belongs.
We?
Well, you did say you wanted to help.
Yeah, guess I did.
So help. Pick up that shovel over there. Shovel it in, wheel it out, dump it, and we're good.
And you do this every day.
Most every day.
And you want to keep doing this every day.
It's my routine.
Shoveling shit.
Someone's got to do it.
That isn't the first time you've told me that.
I remember.
Yeah. You know, I did some digging on you, personally, not the shit kind. Know what I found?
I'm on rails.
I reckon you'll tell me.
You went back. What happened that day in the valley?
You saw the report. I'm not going to talk about it.
Come on.
No.
Suit yourself. You got a medal. You didn't have to go back. Had a wife and kid here. In a time where most of us were trying to figure out how to stay home. You went back.
You going somewhere with this?
Think it'd be fun if you told me why? While we're shoveling shit?
I was recon. You know that, I reckon. Was in the hospital, staring at the ceiling. Magazines next to me on the bed. And I had this, moment. A moment of clarity.
A revelation.
Uh-huh. And the revelation was this. Them protesters weren't doing a damn thing. The hippies and the bands weren't changing anything. You know who was?
The Vietnamese? The Russians?
No, the news. You hit someone hard enough day in, day out with the realities of war, pretty soon they'll tire of it. Vietnam, that was our first time that close to war. So, I figured,
You figured?
you ain't the only one of us who's killed people.
Why do you think I offered you that job back in '74?
Turned it down for the same reason I went back. They were telling us our patriotic duty was to go and fight for our country. Well, that's what I did.
You weren't recon when you went back, though.
Went back with a camera. Talked them into letting me help with the press, keeping them safe and all that. So I did. And I took pictures. Took all the pictures I could. I fought in a different way.
Did you win?
We pulled out of Nam, didn't we?
And now you're here. Great big war hero. Shuffling shit.
Yeah. Shoveling shit.
It's interesting that the dialogue is pretty I don't want to say simplistic, it's pretty straightforward, but the captions are still wrong. Oh, you're not gonna hop over the fence? You too good to hop over a fence? Why not?
Why not horseshoes?
Doesn't it feel stereotypical?
Well, look around you. My nearest neighbor lives, half a mile down the road. It ain't the city. We don't have nightclubs and pool halls to go hang out at.
Pool halls? What is this, 1890? This is
Well, thanks for the year.
1992, friend. We got shopping malls for teenagers, restaurants, clubs, whatever. But pool halls? I don't even know if they had those when I was a kid.
Uh-huh. Well, time doesn't pass out here as quickly, I suppose. No need for all that, stimulation.
Ah, so you play horseshoes.
Mm-hmm. Or read a good book. Develop photos you took for yourself. Go fly fishing.
Mm-hmm. It sounds idyllic. Quaint, but idyllic. And you just want to give up this home-cooked paradise?
It's lonely too.
That's lonely, too.
We could get you a nice place in the city.
Never was one for crowds.
Thought you said you were lonely.
I'd be just as lonely in a crowd. Sadie, nobody else could really see me, understand what I was.
How do you figure? What?
After Saigon, when I got back, all these people were hugging their loved ones or protesting or whatever, and I don't know. I never felt more alone in all my life. I was home. I should have been happy, and I wasn't.
Well, it wasn't a popular war. You lost friends too, right?
Yeah, but when I got home, it was dark, and there was Sadie waiting for me. Porch light like a halo around her head. And I knew I wasn't alone anymore.
So you came back to your high school sweetheart.
I thought
We're terrible
I
at
thought she'd
horseshoes.
have married her by then. I didn't think she'd wait for me.
Why not? You're a handsome guy. I bet all sorts wanted you, especially back then. Women love a man in uniform.
You see that house on the hill?
What, the burned out one? I always wondered what happened there.
Gary Gordon, of the Gordon family. Went to high school with us. But, well, most of us were farm folk. Sadie, her dad, was the county judge, so for us that's pretty high society. The Gordons owned a lot of land, and all that passed to Gary after his ma died. In high school, he'd been our quarterback after his pa paid off the school, but he wasn't a bad athlete.
Good-looking guy?
Oh, a real James Dean. And he had eyes for Sadie. The poor farm boy who couldn't play on the team versus the star quarterback. Shit, what kind of contest was that?
Hey, who wouldn't want all this?
Man, yet when I came home, there she was.
Where was Gary? He served too?
Gary was too rich to serve. Star quarterback had some health exemption. Didn't get drafted.
So then, where was he?
Running his dad's business. Trying to win her heart. Didn't work. Well, she invited him to the wedding. I didn't want him there, but, well, you know Sadie. Well, the Gordons own most of the property around here, including the 200 acres surrounding that hill.
Right.
And he built a house.
A house? Wait, that house?
The very same.
Looks like it was a mansion.
It was.
Why'd he build it?
I don't know. To remind her what she'd given up, maybe?
So,
Wow,
what
Betty.
happened to the wealthy Gary Gordon in his mansion?
Well, he built it one year. Must have been 1966 or so, and he went inside and he just disappeared. Then one night, about a year later, there was a storm and boom, no more Gary Gordon.
No more Gary Gordon.
Maybe he was lonely too.
Maybe. All right, you win. What next?
A bunker? Storm cellar, I guess. Can I actually shoot? I wonder if there's like more activities you can discover. Approaching scene.
Don't you own a tractor?
What's that got to do with anything?
Well, pigs I get. Goats too. Some fellas have chickens and cows. That's all well and good, but what's the point of a horse?
Horses are God's most beautiful creatures.
Why, you just keep a horse around because they're beautiful?
Horses belong on farms.
Uh-huh. You haven't got a saddle for him, so you don't ride him. There's no racehorse. Can't eat him. What's the point?
The
I
pet.
don't see the point in a farm without a horse. Gotta have a horse.
And
Feed the
what's
horse.
this about them being beautiful? Beautiful, really. Beautiful, he says. Spindly legs and bloated bellies and those weird teeth. Sleep standing up. Who sleeps standing up? Something wrong with that. Aren't you going to say something?
One day maybe this feller will understand. There you go. There you go.
To me, I mean.
I keep apples here 'cause he likes them. Likes the salt lick too. Want to feed him one?
Nah, I'm good.
Suit yourself. All right, here you go, boy. No, I gotta get going. Why don't you walk on?
That's a
up
stiff
there?
animation.
Just a spell.
Horses give me the willies.
Can't see why.
Check the shed. Check the shed. Oh. Speed run.
Have you now?
Figured it was a little jacket the first one.
I have not, no.
Tried to take a look in the window once.
Did you now?
Got a light?
Ta-da! Beautiful, right?
Pop machines. Here I figured you had a deep, dark secret.
We have a deep, dark secret.
Tab's actually
This
no, it's
here's
tab.
one of my hobbies.
What, collecting them?
Well, sure, I collect them, I guess, but that's not really the point.
Is there a point to any hobby?
It depends. What I meant was that it's no fun to just collect them. I fix them up. That's where the real fun is.
Makes sense.
You got any hobbies yourself?
Me?
Well, who else am I talking to?
I mean, who doesn't have hobbies?
Well, what's yours?
Reading, I guess?
Reading isn't a hobby.
Yeah, of course it's a hobby. What do you think libraries are for?
Everyone reads. Heck, I read the paper every day, but reading isn't a part of your personality. It's just a thing people say they do when they don't have any other hobbies.
So it is 1992. And this is a classic vending machine. There's no way that label is on there. Plus 500 calories? 500 calories for a can of Dr. Thud is nearly impossible. And then if you look at it here, if you zoom right in here, there are 55 grams of sugar, which 4 calories per gram of sugar would only be 220. So there's a mystery 280 calories.
You really believe that?
I knew someone who read every single day. She said she loved the smell of books, the texture of the pages on her fingers. She even bound books. Her hobby wasn't reading, it was books.
You put too much thought into this.
Well, a hobby is something you do because you're passionate about it. If it's something you're not wholly in love with, then you're still trying to figure out what your hobby is.
So, you got a problem with my passion?
No, you said I guess. No one says I guess when they love something.
Is love a requirement for a hobby?
Absolutely. Love's a requirement for many things.
And so you love fixing soda machines.
Mm-hmm. That is correct.
Why?
It relaxes me.
I don't know, soda machines. It's an unusual thing for a man to want to fix. Don't people get paid to fix them?
It is unusual, but when the missus and I would get into fights or when things was bad or I was anxious, well, I don't know. You know, Sadie's sister, once she passed, told me that it was all right to cry, that it wasn't weakness, that it was okay. And I remember sitting there in that empty living room with everyone murmuring and telling me how sorry they were, and I didn't feel like I needed to cry.
Didn't you miss her?
Of course I did. Still do, but I don't know. Not everybody needs to cry. I don't need to cry. I don't get in that way, you know? Weakness? I don't know what she was talking about, weakness. Crying never felt weak to me. That's just not how I am.
I can't remember the last time I cried. Maybe that movie about the boy and his dogs.
Oh, always cry over that one. Dogs are good. Innocent. Yeah, when a dog dies, that always moves me to tears.
Yeah.
But Josie insisted. Then she kept insisting. Then, I don't know. I think she got offended I wouldn't cry, as if she loved Sadie more than me. And she made me feel like I was something wrong. Of course, that wasn't true. There wasn't nothing wrong with me. I just didn't, I wasn't like that. It wasn't what I needed. It wasn't how I needed to grieve. This is how I grieve, this right here. When I got a problem, I fix it. And when I fix it, I fix a little part of me. And I don't know how or why, but it's healing. It's a healing thing, and that's why a man's got to have a hobby.
Sorry, guy.
No, it's all right. I figured, you know. I figured if someone's got to know, this is my quiet little hobby. A thing I do to help me work out my worries.
Well, yeah, looks like you fixed this one up real nice.
I'm proud of it. Proud of all of them. But I'm proud of this one most.
Thank you for taking the time to show me.
There's another reason I wanted to show this.
Oh, we
to
actually
you.
got the can.
What's that?
If you want it, it's yours.
What am I going to do with a pop machine?
Well, grab yourself a nice, refreshing drink of soda every so often, you big dummy.
Wait, I couldn't possibly.
Please. A little memento of our time together.
Oh, come on, a memento. Let's keep this train rolling. We can work something out.
You come on back by, pick up the soda machine. Take it home with you. Or don't. If you really got no use for it, I won't be offended.
I'll think it over. What's next?
Doom.
You know what this is?
Tree?
Well, you ever seen a tree like it?
A tree's a tree.
Remember all them roasted chestnuts at Christmas?
Oh, sure. I mean, I kind of figured. Been by often enough to see the chestnuts myself. Why? Is it special to you?
This is an American chestnut tree.
This guy's a bruiser.
Well, he's telling us about his American chestnut tree.
American, huh? Thought they all died.
What?
You remembered.
Pays to remember things.
Like the American chestnut.
I'm a little lost here.
Oh, a couple weeks back, Saul came by, said you couldn't make it. Business as usual. Saw I had a bucket of chestnuts, asked if pigs could eat them, so we got to talking, and I told him about chestnuts.
Uh-huh. And what did you learn?
Pork tastes better with chestnuts. And most American chestnuts had died off.
It's true. Long before you or I was born, the American chestnut was prized for the quality of its wood.
Jimmy'd like that.
Oh, that he would. But this tree, there ain't many like it left. American chestnuts almost all died out because of the Asian fungus around 1900 or so. The chestnut blight.
That's what, like couple 100,000 trees?
Oh, billions. 4 billion trees snuffed out practically
Wow.
overnight. Well, lumberjacks suddenly out of work in places like West Virginia. Those economies never recovered.
Thought West Virginia was coal country.
Logging, too, before it all died off. Now there's trees like the General here making nuts year-round. And I feed them to the Reds, and they grow nice and fat and tasty.
Seems lonely.
It is lonely. Heartbreakingly lonely. To know everyone else you ever loved has passed on. So, I look after him, and he looks after me, and I don't know. Sadie and I, we talked about being buried here, you know.
Changed your mind?
Brody's grave was enough for me. But, I don't know. I thought about having him moved. I don't know.
You've got plenty of years left in you yet. So, what's the moral of the story? With the trees, I mean.
Be wary of outsiders.
Heck no.
Wow.
There are trees out there that are blight resistant. Maybe even the General here, but I'm too afraid to find out. With enough time and horticultural understanding, we could have done something.
Preserved all these trees?
Maybe we could have. They are magnificent. It's just that... I don't know. I wasn't trying to teach you a lesson or anything.
But you did make a point of it.
I did do that. It's a part of me is all. And God willing to live for 100 more years. I don't know. I see myself as a custodian of sorts. And one day
Saul, go ahead and wait for me at the van. Hey. Look at me. You're thinking about dying, thinking you can pass this responsibility off to someone else. You don't have to do this. Give the tree another decade of your time.
well, the time of my demise is sight. Someone ought to know about the tree.
Jimmy'd love to know about this.
Oh, Jimmy would cut it down.
He would.
Please. Don't tell him.
Hey, I'm good at keeping secrets, but Jimmy's Jimmy.
Please. Let me rest here. And if there's a way to... Oh, I don't know.
Okay. Hey, you got more to show me, right?
So I'm going to probably cut here because obviously we've been playing for a while and I don't want to show everything off. Oh, I like the car.
The garage, huh?
No tour would be...
But I'm mixed on it. Like I like the writing and I do want to know more, so I'll be positive in what I put on the thumbs up or thumbs down on Steam. I'm not sure if the game is the right medium to express this. Like the visuals and the animation and all that kind of stuff is very rough in a lot of places. But it tells a good story. Like I am intrigued to know, like, can I influence the outcome? Can the old man survive and all that kind of stuff? But part of me is like, well, this could have just been a movie. Like why, why use this medium? What am I getting out of this medium here? Maybe the interactivity, clicking on giving the apples to the goats, apples to the horses and spraying milk from the goats is part of it. But it seems less rigidly bound than I would have hoped for making it feel like a game thing. But yeah, cheers.